So you set off in the middle of the night on the Seeker of Dawn. Your equipment packed up. You sailed out from the docks into the dark waters. Early the next morning, the sun has risen, and you are now out in the open sea, kind of drifted out on a light night wind. The next morning, you now have effectively the open ocean in front of you, and the choice to make of where would you like to go. So I will help this decision.
Yes.
You can go back if you like. Back would be to the west. If you go north, you're going to start going up the coast. Eventually, that coast will turn more inland, northwest, and will soon start to get very cold. You can then also go south, and eventually will need to be turned southwest, where you'll be going down towards the equator. If you go east, you'll be going basically straight away from the city, or you can go north-south, any variation there. So, east would be the most kind of direct out and away. And no, it is not the Sword Coast. In fact, it is on the opposite side of the island. This is just a coast.
A coast. I didn't receive like any instructions. Do I have any like?
No, you do not. The last instruction that you heard was that one of your pieces of equipment, the compass, would point you in the direction of your assignment.
Okay. I look at my compass.
The compass is actually just kind of swinging randomly. It is not actually pointing anywhere.
Okay.
You can freeze it out pretty quickly. That likely it hasn't been turned on yet because you haven't technically been initiated yet.
Oh, because the
so
party.
Your ceremony was supposed to happen this morning.
That's right.
So, as far as the Bureau knows, you're in bed sleeping.
Oh, God. But Dr. Bones knows I'm here.
Dr. Bones knows. So you probably can surmise that,
once the
give it a little
over,
while.
Okay.
Something will probably happen.
Okay, so we'll just like we'll go north, I think, just in keeping the coast in view, just so we don't get too far out until the time comes when it is activated.
Okay, you begin sailing north. As you're going, the sun certainly begins to rise. Again, you're on the eastern edge of the continent. So
also, am I by myself on this boat, or do I have a crew?
You are by yourself. It is very Wind Waker.
Okay.
It's just kind of you in the sea right now. And you begin sailing along. So, in the early morning hours, is there anything in particular that you like to do in the morning? Any like monthly meditation or disciplines that you would do in the morning?
I don't know if Theron is the most spiritual, like higher being. It's more like communing with nature kind of idea.
Maybe more druidic.
Yeah, kind of, because that's what his monkish kind of like focus is, especially coming from in the Feywild with dryads and things like that he would most commune with like the trees and all that kind of stuff and the wind and those kind of things. So is his YouTube ad. So yeah, he wouldn't like pray to anybody or do that kind of stuff. So I think he would kind of just like sit and kind of like almost like I use this because it's the most apt for me, but how a Jedi just concentrates on that's kind of what he would do.
That was actually my next thought. Is this more like a meditative posing or like a Tai Chi kind of like structured movements? What is
we'll go full Avatar and he'll do his like martial arts kind of meditation
like poses,
movements. Yeah, that kind of stuff.
Sure.
And I think he'll kind of like, because he's more air focused, so I think, or like wind focused, so I think he might like try and talk to Fresley a little more every once in a while and just like move with the wind as the breeze is hitting him and things like that.
Yeah, sure. Well, roll a athletics check because you're doing something a bit unfamiliar here, which is trying to do these movements on a boat and water.
I like that. So, what is it? It's pretty high. Oh, athletics, not acrobatics. Okay, cool. Ooh, 19.
19, yeah. So you were able to keep your balance, and everything is going very well. There's nothing really to break your focus here. I would probably even think that you probably find it to be maybe relaxing or enhancing, right? To be very immersed in what would be kind of your like monk tradition or order of a sort. So I think you find it to be a very like refreshing and engaging or energizing experience.
Sure.
overall. So you mentioned that you wanted to maybe interact with Fresley. What is your stratagem for doing so?
I don't know. I think, Fresley, you want to dance?
Okay. Make a charisma check.
Okay. Ooh, not as good. That's gonna be a 10.
Uh-oh. A 10. Okay. So you hear kind of the chorus of giggling again as Fresley.
I think I'll do it with my eyes closed too. As I'm like concentrating, I wouldn't even with my eyes.
Okay.
I just be like, Fresley, want to dance?
She kind of giggles, and you kind of feel her like poking and prodding, and it's unusual because you're realizing that it's not like a pointed, like you can feel like bursts of air all around you.
Okay.
And it feels very younger sibling like that she's intentionally trying to like make you like mad or like poke your buttons.
Mm-hmm.
Like, does that make sense? Like as you're kind of like moving and maybe going up on one leg, she hits you on the back of the knee.
Yep.
As you're kind of like leaning forward, she kind of pushes you forward even more. You know, it's very perhaps frustrating or engaging, but overall, you know, you can definitely tell that they are there.
Yeah.
Roll a insight check.
Ooh.
Maybe a perception, whichever you kind of think yourself as.
14.
14. So I think there's an aspect of her character that you're starting to realize is that she is not properly speaking a person as much as she is somehow like a multitude or a collective. And I think that's the part that is probably somewhat disengaging. I wouldn't say it's a hive mind, but there are many Fresley.
Is it like a We Are Legion kind of idea?
In some sense, yes. A little less, you know, not quite as intense, but
yeah.
They are all she, but she is not just a she, if that makes sense.
So it's not like, do you play Mass Effect?
A little bit.
Like the character Legion in Mass Effect 3 where he like, so it's not like the Borg or that kind of idea.
No. So it is certainly
they're all encompassing in her. There's just multiple.
Yes, there's not quite copies. They seem to maybe have slight tweaks of the same personality, but they don't feel. You would have really struggled to like point at any if you could see her.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be able to point and say like that one is Fresley and the rest are somehow less Fresley.
And I'm kind of experiencing them all now in this kind of
yes. And I think as you're kind of like going through this interaction where you are in some ways trying to commune with the wind, and she's then responding in maybe not the way that you wanted.
Nope.
You know, maybe she's there, right? And I think I think you are understanding more about her character in the sense that she's responding.
Okay.
She is responding.
Xander, what's up, dude? Okay, I don't think I want to press on that. I think I just want to make note on that. That might be a later thing. I just think we kind of do this thing until my natural time is over, however long I go.
Sure. I imagine it's an hour or so, you know, a nice little workout.
Yeah.
Towards the end of it, as you're starting to wind down, you kind of hear around you, you know, she's not really invasive, so I won't say she's like getting into your nostrils or anything like super creepy, but she's very like close at times, very far at times. You can hear that she is starting to speak to you, and the chorus you hear is asking you, you know, hey, well, what are you doing out here?
Well, I'm currently waiting to be initiated, so that's awkward. But I'm trying to discover undiscovered worlds to this realm anyway. I'm sure you know of the islands that have been plucked from other
well, of course,
realms, and I'm just gonna go try to find the ones that haven't been found yet.
Well, if I know of them, haven't they been found?
That's a great point. Found by us, the Bureau, I will say.
Who is us? We have found them.
Well, the Bureau,
silly.
the people I work for. Yeah, you. Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
Why do you work for them? That doesn't sound very fun.
Well, because because they found me and it helped me and my people, and so I wanted to help others, and it seemed like they were good people to work with for that.
Do you want to find the islands?
Yeah. I guess I
Do
could ask.
you want to find the islands?
Do I want to find the islands?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay then. That sounds fun.
I mean, so you know where they all are?
Well, of course. The wind is everywhere, silly.
Oh, that's a great point. That's a great point, Presley. You wouldn't happen to want to help me?
I'm not going to tell you.
Okay.
I don't want to.
As soon as I started saying the sentence, I'm not gonna.
No, that would be fun. But then you wouldn't sail with me.
Well, that's not true, but that's fine. I totally understand.
Okay. Okay, well, gotta go.
Oh, well, I guess you're always
Just
next.
kidding.
Okay.
I never really go. That's just some old wind humor. We get a great laugh out of that.
Yeah.
You kind of hear like a bit of a thunder sound.
Oh.
You know, like a multitude laughing all around you.
Oh. You're there. Well, there's a lot of you, Presley.
Is that a fat joke?
No, just many of you, not like.
I'm kidding. You're sensitive.
Oh, I'm just new to this whole thing.
I have an auntie who would like to play with you, I think.
Play with me?
Well, she plays rough, but she likes to tease. She says I'm good at teasing.
Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah.
Mom doesn't like it when I tease, but it is what it is, I guess. I like it.
Yep. And you're very good at teasing, Presley. I noticed earlier when we were, dancing.
Oh, you're a bad dancer.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's an awkward pause.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, bye.
Yeah. Okay, bye, Presley.
I'm going to go do some stuff.
Okay.
Have fun in the wind.
Yeah, thanks for sailing me on my way. Sails. Wind.
She doesn't respond. You do feel a slight drop in the wind, and then a giggle, and then it just resumes.
I love it. That's great.
Okay, so you are rolling along.
Mm-hmm.
I think you have enough working knowledge of the coastline that you can stay as close or as far away from it as you want. That was a fairly significant part of your training, was learning how to operate the boats and an understanding of the general geography, at least in this area of the world. So you have no problem. If you want to go inland, if you want to go outland, you have a pretty solid understanding of what that is, and you're just sailing north.
Cool.
Roll a perception check for me.
10.
A 10.
14 is my passive.
Yeah, okay. Your passive is 14. Let's write that down. You feel a sensation is too general because it feels very specific. It's kind of like a small, like a rubbing, almost like a friction. I wouldn't say that you feel it physically as much as you feel it, not even mentally. It's
like
just
one
like
of those
something
itches that are under the skin. You can't actually scratch it.
Yeah, that's probably close, but it's not really even like in a place. It's just something that's like, I wouldn't say it's like setting your teeth on edge. It's not like bothering you per se, but you can feel something that is just like even as you start to think about it, like I wonder what that is.
Yeah,
it's really like catching more and more of your attention.
Okay, I think I'm gonna just perceive. Yeah, I'm gonna take the coin out that Dr. Bones gave me.
Yeah.
And just...
As you take the coin out, you see that it is actually kind of softly glowing.
Okay.
And it seems to respond to this attention that you're paying. Like as you touch it, as you look at it, the glowing seems to intensify, and you can much more clearly sense that this is the thing. And it almost feels like, now that you know that's what it is, that the itch is like somehow on your spirit, on your soul. Like it's pulling on your being in some way. Like it's almost in the sense that there's something like pulling on the coattails of your soul.
Oh.
That makes sense?
Yeah, sure. I think
it's...
I think at this sense, I'll like actually sit down
Mm-hmm.
and kind of like hold it and just like, and not even out loud, I guess, like in my mind, just say hello.
Is there someone there?
I get like really excited. I guess. Yeah. Yes. My name's Theron. What's your name?
Name? I don't. I don't know that I remember.
That's okay.
What? Theron? Where are we, Theron?
Well, we're on a boat called Seeker of Dawn.
We wrote it down.
I did write it down. And we are sailing along the coast.
The coast. I think I like the coast.
Good. We're being on a lot of coasts.
Theron, is the sun shining, Theron?
Yes. It's very beautiful.
I don't think I can feel it, Theron.
Well, what do you see right now, if you don't mind me asking?
I don't. Everything feels somehow silvery, like I'm in a big pool, but there's no water.
Ooh, that'd be a very interesting feeling.
It's like I'm floating, but I don't know. I don't know that I know up.
Well, that would be.
Theron.
Yeah.
Where are you there?
I'm here, yeah.
But you're not here, are you?
Well,
You're not.
I'm not suspended
we're not in the
like
same
you.
place.
No.
Oh.
But it's very.
I suppose that's for the best.
I am holding you though, which is very interesting.
Oh. I don't know how to feel about that.
Well, it's. Yeah.
What do you mean? I can't feel you.
Well.
But I know you're there.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't feel it.
Well, how do you? I'm actually very interested. How do you know that I'm here? Besides me talking to you, you felt me before, right?
I mean, it's when I think once when I was wee, I had a tumble into the water and someone threw me a rope, and it's like I'm holding the rope, and I don't know how, but you're there on the other end, and I don't know that I want to let go.
Well, you won't have to.
That's good to know. Rosemary. I think my name is Rosemary.
It's a wonderful name, Rosemary.
Rosemary. My name is Rosemary, and I lived by the coast.
Do you remember where your land is? What your land is called? Where are you from? If you don't remember yet, that's okay.
We had a king. He was. Oh, I don't know. I don't know that I know. I lived in the house that my mom and pa made. But then they were gone. But I don't know where the house is. Nor do I know where I am. I don't think I'm at the coast anymore, Theron.
I don't think so either, Rosemary. But hey, you remembered your name, and you first forgot it, so maybe you'll remember that sometime too.
I suppose you're right. If it's important, it'll come back, right?
I like that.
Theron, is it dark there?
No, it's very bright right now. It's the morning.
I seem to remember the coast was very dark the last time I was there. The waves. I think I remember waves. They were they weren't the right color there, and they were, I don't know. I don't remember what color they're supposed to be, but they weren't the right color.
They were shadowy.
What's a shadow? I don't. Maybe it'll come back to me. Theron, I feel like I'm supposed to tell you something. That's peculiar. Oh, I know some things now.
Oh yeah?
Oh, do you know some? Oh, he's very rude. Someone named Quartermaster says to tell you that you're... Oh, he called you something very colorful. I don't think I should repeat that part.
What? I mean, I know we didn't have a great interaction, but I didn't think me and the quartermaster had a bad time together. I don't know why.
He seems to be upset that you didn't go to the ceremony. What ceremony is he talking about?
Yeah, that's a good point. You see, so we work. Well, I work. I guess we work. I work for the Bureau of Cultural Affairs, and I just graduated. And
yes. They're telling me this now.
And then Dr. Bones.
Oh, you skipped the ceremony.
Yeah, but it was because Dr. No, it was my fault. It was not. No one's fault. No one's at fault. It's not like a bad thing. I just decided to get to work.
Quartermaster says to tell you that it's all your choices. You shouldn't blame them on Dr. Bones.
No, that's what I meant to say. Like that's what I tried. That's why I redirected. And I decided to get to work early. It's just how excited I was. You can tell that. I just told that quartermaster that I was just so ready to go.
I'll tell him that, but I don't think that's true.
What?
Anyway, he says now that your compass should be working.
Oh, great. And I guess in light of this awkward conversation now, I'll pull out the compass. Yes, Pixel, this person is dead. So this is when last time we left the coin I got that Dr. Bones told us this would be a person who's kind of stuck in weird somewhere once all the worlds collided, and this Rosemary's soul is stuck in this coin, and she's now my kind of Cortana kind of idea, and she's just remembering. She's starting to wake up and remember. And I'll open it up.
Close. That's close.
Close.
Yes.
Okay.
We'll get there.
Okay.
Okay. So as you look at the compass, it is in fact working. It seems to be pointing you more in a southwesterly direction.
Excellent. So
yeah. You have 3 choices.
Yep.
So you can do it with that information as you wish. I will say at this point it's not like firm, like true north pointing.
Mm-hmm.
It is kind of like a wavy.
Okay.
It's generally southwesterly, but you don't get the sense that it's like firmly southwest.
Okay. I guess who, Rosemary? What else? Is it just quartermaster, or have you remembered other things about what we're doing?
I don't know. He says he'll be helping me through the. What is it? I don't know what he means by initialization. What is that?
It's kind of like getting started, you know?
He has a very funny voice.
It's very unique.
I suppose he is. He doesn't feel like a rope. He feels more like... maybe a floor. Yes, a floor. I know it's there, and it will catch me if I begin to tumble.
Oh. Good quartermaster. Well, like you said, the compass is working, so...
So, I guess that's all I've got. I'm happy to keep talking, but I don't know that I'm a great conversationalist.
It's fine. We're gonna have plenty of time to talk going forward.
I think I'll just go have a think.
Okay.
I think, do you feel the rope?
Do I feel the rope?
Do you feel the rope?
The rope to you and I. Yes, I feel that rope. Yeah.
You can just give me a tug, I suppose, if you want to chat.
All right.
I don't sense that I really be going anywhere.
Well,
okay,
it was.
Theron. Well, thanks for holding on, I guess.
Yeah. It was nice to meet you, Rosemary.
You too, Theron. Okay, with that, the kind of intensity of that tug
I like
certainly begins to
Rosemary.
diminish.
She's so nice. I'm sure once she remembers more of her personality, that might change. But hey.
Yeah, we'll see. Okay, so now you have a bit more guidance on where the bureau would like for you to go.
Yeah.
What would you like to do with that information?
I think I'm just gonna go. He's very set on.
Okay, I had a sense that you would say I set out in that direction.
Yep.
So
Turn
you've been going.
And I think I do one of those.
I will turn this boat around.
I do one of those like gusts of wind punches at the sails to get a little extra speed once I get right on line. Basically.
You start to sweat profusely.
Yeah, sure.
So, you begin to turn the boat around, heading in a southwesterly direction.
Mm-hmm.
I will say, as you have had time now in the light to really examine your boat and your belongings, you find that you have about 2 weeks' worth of rations that are packed in the boat here.
Okay.
You also have found that you do have supplies for fishing. You have several water skins. You have the means to collect water. You don't think that you would be able to collect seawater and make it drinkable at this stage, but you definitely have some means like collect rainwater in the event that it does rain on you and that type of thing. So in that sense, you begin to sail southwest. Now, I will remind you, weeks in this world are about 5 days long, so you have about 10 days worth of rations.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
So, if you are amenable,
here.
I will assume, unless there is something in particular you want to do for the rest of this day, that you will begin just kind of sail out into the ocean.
Yeah, that was the big one. I wanted to see if my coin was awoken
yes,
yet.
Your coin is operational. You pat your pockets every now and then. You find that yes, indeed, your key is still there.
Yep.
Your coin is there. Your compass is there. You begin to sail off into the eastern horizon.
I think I would also try to fasten a little rope or something like that to like make a secure, like kind of like keychain for the or fastener for the key, just to like so it can't just like fall out of my pocket kind of idea.
Yeah, that's a good point. So you begin sailing along, and I will say the first few days really go fairly uneventfully.
Okay.
You see as you're going, every now and then you can see off in the distance larger vessels that are largely going north-south along the coast. You suspect those being trade vessels primarily. I don't expect you have much interest in them, but if you'd like to go chat with the locals, as it were, you can do so along the way. I'll also assume that every day you can spend some time fishing, so in general, you're probably not coming out of your food is really not your worry. It's really your water is going to be your big concern. You'll probably want to eventually stop somewhere and get some water and do so.
And I think I would start as the days go on. I would want to have this is just like a kind of color kind of thing, but like a time like every morning or whatever when I wake up to like I want to have a dialogue with Rosemary, just like keep a kind of connection kind of going on.
Sure. What in particular? What kind of stuff would you like to talk about with her?
I guess like trying to uncover more and more of her memory kind of idea. Like each time she kind of, if she gets more knowledge of what's going on or who she was, just kind of like get more of that, and then kind of just. Because I don't want to like offend her and make her feel sad that she can't see what I'm seeing, but maybe keep her updated where we are and the things that I see and the boats and all that kind of stuff. Just color up my picture.
I will say in that first, we'll say the first week or so of your journey, right, first 5 days, her memory doesn't improve significantly over that time, but I think in general she becomes more aware of what is going on now.
Okay.
Right? So the Bureau of Cultural Affairs, we're gonna call it the BCA, is able to bring her up to speed on the situation that she is trapped somewhere. They seem to be very vague about where she is, and maybe in a sense, I don't know that you can read much in that other than to say she doesn't. They don't seem to know where she is, nor does she know where she is.
Okay.
But you feel confident that she is not in the coin. I think that's probably one of the conversations you have of like, are you in this coin? Like, what happens if the coin breaks? And she says, oh no, that's more of like a link. Right? She would almost call it like, and probably in her mind, the coin is the rope.
Okay.
Rather than she's not in the, you haven't like soul gemmed her to go Skyrim on this.
Will we not? I guess I could ask her in some one of those. Was there going to be a point that she would understand that we won't need the rope anymore?
She gets the sense that, well, yes, they would have told her that the coin is bound to your soul. That there's not a sense of where the rope will ever be gone.
Okay.
Right? That it is now kind of an integral part of who you are, and by extension now of who she is.
Cool.
Is this connection between you two?
Okay.
She kind of is now up to speed on like what you're doing, why you're out here. She has some general information about where you're going that she can also relay to you, and I can go ahead and give you a kind of a spiel about that. He says the place that you're going has been called Oakhurst. Is kind of the operational name.
It's a good golf course.
Yeah.
That's Pine.
You believe the reason this island is named Oakhurst is that there's only been one major settlement found on this island, and it is a small town, maybe even a city sized, called Oakhurst. Right? So they've kind of taken to calling the island itself that you are going to Oakhurst.
Okay.
So that's where you're going. Again, they don't have much information about what it may take to bring Oakhurst into the Empire, but they do relay that it seems to be a very temperate, a very easy place to go. And
Okay.
Survival is likely not an issue.
Will I be the first ambassador?
This is a great. Let's actually work this conversation out.
Okay.
This is a kind of a good one. So,
Okay.
as that the question you would ask?
Yeah. So have there been? Because I would know, I guess through my lessons that you might be the second, third, fourth. Whoa, T-Bird with the raid. Thank you very much. That I might be the second, third, fourth ambassador going to like try again if it didn't work the first time. Everybody, welcome. Everyone who's coming in, welcome to D&D night. We're just traveling a little wrong, getting to our first island. So yeah, would I be the second, or is this fresh slate?
Oh no, you're the first.
First.
You're the first emissary to Oakhurst.
Oh wow. So thank you for the 8 months, T-Bird. So wow, they've not met any of us before. Okay.
You'll be the first.
Okay.
The Moon Academy seems to think it's likely a human civilization. So that'll be nice, I suppose. Theron.
Yes.
Are you? I don't know. What are you?
You mean what? If I'm not human, what am I? That's what you mean.
Are you? Yes.
I'm an elf.
Thank
you for the follow, chicken nuggets.
Thank you for the chicken nuggets.
Do you remember that, Rosemary? Is that what you remember?
No. Okay, an elf. I don't know that I know what an elf is. Is it like a human?
It's similar. We've pointy ears.
Oh. Does that hurt?
No, it's just how we're born.
Oh.
We're usually a little faster.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Well, I would say we're a little wiser, but that's just probably.
Well, okay. I guess you're the boss. You're the expert here. Whatever you say, Theron. Yeah. So
feet.
that's all I know. They seem to have. They could see the green grass up from the academy, but other than that, they don't seem to really know much.
All right.
Good luck, I suppose.
Well, thanks, Rosemary.
I'm sure it'll be all right.
Yep. Yeah, it'll be great. No, yeah. Well, we're nice enough. We're good. We're good.
Theron, can I ask you a question?
Yes, please.
Well, what is an empire?
Oh, wow. Well, it's a, I guess you could say a group of nations, a group of people brought together under one flag, one ruler. I guess you could say one leader, as some would like to call themselves, not ruler. Huh?
I think I remember I had a king once. Is it like that?
Well, king or like yeah, kind of. That's similar idea. Where there's the one person who governs all of the nations and brings them together.
Is he nice?
Ours is very, as far as I know. I've never met him personally, but have I met him personally?
No.
Okay.
You skipped the ceremony.
Oh God, freaking! Why do I have to be so? He's, as far as I know, he's very nice. He wants to help people, as far as I understand. That's why we're here.
Oh, I suppose that's a good thing to do. Yeah. All right. Do you know his name? Does he have a name? Is he a human?
He's the Grand Emperor? I don't know much about him. I just know I guess I would have to roll a history check if I wanted to figure out what I know about the Emperor.
History check.
Okay. 18.
18. That's pretty good. He is the Emperor.
Yeah.
His formal title is Emperor Sparrowhawk. I think with an 18, you probably know that there was a rumor that you heard, especially in the city of Evilise, that dragons used to call him the Eternal Emperor, but it's not really something that people call him.
So
right?
that's
no one
so
walked
dope.
around.
The dragons used to call him the Eternal Emperor. That's just what a
yes. So you know him as Emperor Sparrowhawk of the Eulaxian Empire.
And I'll kind of tell her what I know and what he did for me. Like, he discovered me, and the Bureau discovered me, and it was a mandate of the Emperor, and that's why I want to do the same. That's kind of what I would tell.
Sparrowhawk. Yeah. Roll an insight check.
14.
She seems very pensive.
Okay, what do you remember what your king did?
What do you mean?
Was your king was he a good king? Was he kind? Was he
he was very kind. He used to walk along the coast, I think. But I remember there was a day he had to go away. But I remember it was when the waves looked funny.
You don't remember his name, do you?
Who?
Your king.
Oh. I don't think so. I don't think it was Sparrowhawk.
Was he a human?
He was like me. No. Yes, no, maybe. I think he was bigger than I was.
Well, so what are you a human, or are you a dwarf? Are you a...
I don't think I'm a dwarf. I don't know what that is, so I suppose if I am, then I must be very confused.
Okay. Gnome, halfling, do you recognize those?
No. I suppose I must be a human. That's really the only one I know.
Okay. Would I know of any kingdoms near the coast at that time?
Yes. I mean, Evilise is the capital
or human,
city.
like human
or
kingdoms.
Yes, this would be enough kind of like cultural knowledge.
Like they would be in that piece of pizza of the
So there are two coastal, we call them regions, and not quite kingdom. There's Bratesco and Durdevar. In the north, there, Durdevar is the. Oh, hey, Ash. Wow, you're big now.
He's huge now. There we go.
It's like
a real cat.
Melon. Yeah, you have a cat now. Durdevar to the north is largely the gnomish region, and then Bratesco, where the city of Ivalice is largely a halfling region. But you do know that Ivalice is actually a human city, and it does have a human king.
Okay.
In fact, he is a fairly important historical figure. He is the reason that the city of Ivalice floats.
The king of Ivalice?
Yes. So he is the witch king of Ivalice.
Oh, I guess that'll snap to my. Are you from Ivalice?
Well, it sounds. It sounds like a safe word.
Was it floating? Was the city floating?
What do you mean? Like I am?
No. Was it off the ground?
No, I lived in a house.
Okay.
By the sea.
Was your king the witch king of Ivalice? Does that sound familiar?
It's like. Do you dream, Theron?
Yeah.
Have you ever had a dream that's, you had, but it's like it's running away from you.
Mm-hmm. You can't quite grasp the things that you're seeing.
Yeah, it feels misty.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe.
Well, like your name, I'm sure. If it's important enough, it'll come back.
Hey, thanks, Theron. That's good. As you're sailing, you begin to notice an odd smell. It smells rank, like refuse.
Okay. I look around for the source of refuse.
It's easy to find. There is a pile of junk floating kind of off your port bow, right? So kind of like to your north, roughly speaking, if you're heading southwest. It is, one could call it a ship or a boat. It is maybe roughly twice the size of your ship.
Stop it, Dad.
But it is, I think the thing you're most surprised about is that it is floating, because it seems to be junk. It is junk in every way possible, right? It seems to be a bit of what might have been a house. You see a bit of what it might have been maybe at one time a ship, maybe a bit of what used to be a wagon that has just now become this
ship
piece of stinking junk off the port bow.
Okay. I'm gonna investigate that. I think I'm gonna get up into, I guess, see if I can see anybody.
I will also note it has been about 6 days, right? So you're a little over halfway through your water rations.
Okay.
I suppose.
Is my has my compass changed at all, or is it just straight I'm just following this?
It is becoming more firm, right? Which is what Rosemary assures you is what's supposed to be happening. As you get closer, it starts to kind of wiggle towards where you're going.
Okay.
You decide to go close to the junk, or do you flee the junk? Okay, you get close. The smell is definitely coming from the ship.
Okay.
And it smells, as you get closer, it smells like just trash. That kind of like rotten food, rotten wood, salty. The environment is not for this type of crap to be floating around. And it obviously shows. But as you get closer, you can see that it is intentionally floating. It isn't just somehow like a random pile of junk.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't quite have a sail. It's weird. You're not quite sure how it is moving through the water, but it does seem to be moving slowly, but moving through the water, roughly, heading southbound, right? So it's kind of like headed. If you had kept sailing, it would have kind of sailed behind you and off to the south.
Okay. Can I get? Is there a
as you get closer?
there's a ship.
The mast is strong enough that you could climb up to the top of it.
Up on top, really see if I can see into it a little bit.
Yeah, you can see it from above. It definitely is. They'll say almost like a flat ish, as flat as a pile of junk can be.
Like a barge.
With almost like a barge with some type of maybe makeshift dwelling roughly in the middle rear section of this floating pile of junk.
Stop it. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna get up to it, and I guess I'll call out the person.
What? Who's that?
Hi. My name's.
Oh, shut up my ship!
What?
Coming out as soon as you make any noise, coming out of this thing is this shuffling woman who just shouts at you. Her hair is a crow's nest. It is just matted, tangled, nasty. She's wearing these nasty, discolored robes, and she just kind of looks around like, "Who's counting at me? Who's out there? I'll make junk out of you."
Please don't. I'm right. My name's Theron. I'm just checking in. I'm just sailing, and I.
What's the Theron?
I'm
she's looking up at you.
I'm an elf.
All right, well, come on in.
Come on in.
He kind of shuffles back in.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. I'm like, hey, Fresley, can you get the smell away? I'm sorry. It's probably you don't like it either, right?
I can smell anything.
Oh, great.
You feel actually that it's maybe blowing in your direction more.
Great. Awesome. Yeah, and so I guess... What do you...
come alongside, or...
Yeah, I guess come alongside. Rosemary, is this a bad idea? Is this a terrible idea, Rosemary?
I don't know. I mean, I think I'll be fine.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna come up beside and tie it off, or tie it on to...
Okay. Yeah, there's plenty of crap to throw a rope around, so you lash on, you hop on.
Yeah.
The closer you are, the more you're amazed this thing is floating, but here you are, it is floating. And you go inside, and to your surprise, you feel like you have walked into the worst antique shop that you have ever been in. Right. There's the approximation of a counter kind of straight ahead of you. This creature is hobbled her way around the other side of it, but just all around you is just junk. There's knickknacks, there's stuff, there's junk, there's crap, there's trash, there's obvious rotting meats and trash. There's just crap everywhere. Some of it is put up on shelves, some of it's in buckets, some of it's just in stinking, rotting piles, but it is just junk everywhere. And this creature, this woman looks at you and is "All right, welcome. First customer I've had in a while."
Customer? Oh.
Hey.
What
gave it away?
What you just said, customer. So what's your name? What is this?
What do you mean? What is it? It's a store. We're just on this skunk.
So
are you dim-witted?
It's a floating store.
Do you have money? Aye? You gotta go to where the customers are.
The middle of the ocean?
Aye?
Where are you going now?
She's slowly becoming Rosemary, and I'm not intending for that.
So where are the customers? Where are you going now?
Let's walk right here.
Okay, so what are you selling?
Everything you see. She gives you a wink.
Okay, any sales going on?
All sales, final sales.
Okay. Well, what's your name?
Yvonne.
Yvonne.
Branch paddle.
Yvonne, forgive my just, I guess, looks of confusion and shock. I've just never seen a ship store before.
Hey, a new venture.
Yeah. Where are you from? Where are you sailing from? Where's your port of anchor?
We haven't even been on a date. That's a mighty personal inquiry, sir.
Well, I'm just wondering. I've never known a culture to have a floating store before. I'm just very interested.
Well, when you're in the ocean, you do what you gotta do.
How long have you been in this business?
Again, mighty personal.
Sorry. Okay, I won't ask. What's your best stuff? What is the
Everything's the best here, Sonny.
Okay.
So, as you're hearing this entreaty, you begin to look around.
Yeah, do I see anything interesting that I would...
It is... Maybe? I mean, there's definitely interesting things, right? You know, there's some pieces of meat that you're looking like,
That's probably... Are there any, like, fresh pieces of food that look...
There's things that maybe could be fresh. You get the sense that there could be some good stuff here.
Okay.
This could be a picnic paradise, but you're going to have to really do the work to find anything.
Okay. Okay. Well,
you get the sense that maybe she could help you. Like if you ask like pointed questions, maybe. But
okay, Vaughn, this is so fascinating, and actually, you've caught me at a really good time. I've been at sea for a while, and you've kind of like a little breath of fresh air. You know.
Don't I love it? The smell of money.
Oh yeah, the smell. Yeah. So, man, I'm not good at thrift, like shopping like this with a lot of kind of stuff. Are there any things you've been just dying to sell to somebody? What have you been just dying? You're like, oh, this is some. I know you said all this stuff is good, but come on, there's you as a saleswoman, very successful saleswoman as it seems. It's got to be something you just know. You know that it's
right. This is you're into persuasion check territory.
Okay. Oh boy, 11.
She kind of glances around furtively, a furtive glance. You get the sense that maybe she's checking to make sure that no one can hear, and she kind of leans real close, which isn't much closer. She just kind of like leans forward on the counter.
Yeah.
You want the good stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. You see her, she kind of reaches behind the counter and she pulls out this box.
Okay.
So this is something nice. So
it's a real nice box.
What do you say?
It's a real nice box.
Oh, the box isn't for sale. I'm keeping the box.
Oh, it's what's in the box. Oh, okay.
She kind of starts to open it and closes it real quick. You gotta pay to play, Sonny.
You wait.
She opens and closes it real quick.
You want me to pay to see what I'm gonna buy?
Well, do you even have money? You look a little scruffy looking.
No, I got money.
I noticed your boat was pretty empty out there.
Oh yeah, it's just I'm a very skilled sailor. How about this? How about some establishments, don't want you to use the lavatory unless you're a customer. So how about I buy something?
Don't worry, we have lots of lavatory here.
Excellent. I'm sure. From the smell, I can't guess. Yeah. What if I do need some other things like rations and things like that? What if I buy those, and then you let me see what's in the box?
Well, fine. What do you need?
I need rations. I'm running a little low. What are your freshest rations you got? Do you have any fish?
Not much for fish.
Do you have any
for red meat?
Are you for red meat? Oh, okay. Yep. Do you have any bread of any kind? Any kind of
Yes, I made bread 2 months ago.
Do you have any fresher bread?
Have
you met any
elvish? That's the fresh bread.
Okay. Have you met any elvish traders that traded you some of their bread that lasts for a long time?
No. You're the first elf.
Cool. Hi. Hi. Okay. What's your freshest food you got?
Well, food. Well, I stopped off this island the other day and it had some kind of manner of beast on it, and I threw that down in the hold, I guess. That was a few days ago, I guess.
Is it alive or is it dead?
I haven't fed it.
All right, I'm gonna take some of that bread. I'll take some of that bread that you made 2
months She kind of points like in a direction, and just kind of like over your shoulder, you see this like green, vaguely bread pan shaped mass that she's pretty plainly pointing at.
Yeah. I'll take it.
All right. It's gonna be. I'm not gonna go easy on you.
Okay.
2 copper. Last offer.
Oh,
Best
man,
offer.
you're really, really pulling my leg. But I guess I got it.
They call me Yvonne Goldcoin, but tell them Bridge Battle.
I give you 3, and I for sure can see what's in that box.
My sir, I'll open my box for you anytime. She winks again.
Okay, I give her the 3 copper.
You slide. You pull out 3 copper from your inventory. She opens up this box, and inside, you are surprised to find an immaculately velveted box that contains a sprig of wood.
Oh my! Oh yeah. This is a beautiful piece. Would you mind if I pick it up and feel it a little bit?
You know, you gave me that copper, so I think we're on. Yeah, I think I'll let you touch my wand.
Okay. So I pick it up, and I kind of like whatever like magic sense he has. I want him to like kind of feel it and make sure it's real. I think you would understand what a wand looks like. I think yeah, I guess do a sneaky arcana check to see if it's the real deal.
Roll an arcana check.
4.
It feels like a wand. It tingles maybe. Maybe you can't decide if it's tingling or if you got some type of bacteria on your cut, like you know in the callus.
Yeah, sure.
Probably magical.
Yeah.
Could be magical. She told you it's a wand.
She did tell me it's a wand. Yeah. So where'd you get this? This is quite a nice thing.
Oh, I found it.
Okay. How much you want it for it?
You go first.
How much money do I have?
You open your coin purse, and you find that in fact you have about 50 gold.
Okay. Oh God, I don't want to like offend her. She did lost 2 coppers and bread. Start it. It's just the starting. You know what I mean? Have 2 gold.
Deal.
Okay.
She takes your 2 gold. She's like,
okay, I take the box, put it in my bag, whatever.
She slapped your hand. The box is mine.
Oh, sorry. Yes. I take it. I just take the wand. I apologize. I put it in my pocket.
Okay.
Okay, so we got a little rapport going. I know this. A wonderful saleswoman like yourself, salesperson like yourself, wouldn't offer your best thing first. You know, I mean, it's got to be the real doozy of a thing that you're just waiting to sell to a guy on a boat traveling next to you. You know what I mean?
Oh well, I do have this barrel of water, but I was kind of done with it, so I was gonna dump it out.
Oh,
you can have the barrel, I guess.
I could take it off. I could take the whole thing with the water. I can take that out. You know, take it off your hands.
Oh, you would dump it out for me?
I'll just put it on my boat, the barrel filled with the water, and just go from there.
Huh. Yeah, sure, if you want it.
Excellent. That's, you know what? And that's for, that's great.
Okay, well,
I think that's...
Do I owe you anything?
No, you've been so...
No, I don't.
You've been great.
No.
You've been great. No. You've been great.
You come back soon, okay?
Okay, where are you off to? Where can I find you if I need some more delicious food?
Oh, I'll find you.
Oh, that's very not disconcerting. Okay, thanks, Yvonne. Also, do you know the direction of Oakhurst? How far away is that? Have you been there, or do you know where that is?
What?
Never mind. You have a wonderful day.
A little bright, but okay. She kind of turns around and begins.
Okay.
Dusting.
Listen,
you're
not supposed to be a great haggler. It's his first journey. Get off my balls. Okay. I take my barrel and I leave.
So you think this barrel must have fallen off a ship, because this is like a barrel, right? Imagine the wine barrel that you found,
Uh-huh.
a barrel. And it's got a cork. You pull a cork, and it contains
Water.
at least like maybe a month's worth of water for you.
Sick.
This is like sailing gold.
The Holy Grail. I got it for free.
So you have this wand, you have this moldy bread, and you have this very large barrel of water. The biggest problem of which is where you will put it on your not quite ship-sized ship.
Sure. Right in the center, so it doesn't make the ship list either direction.
You set it like under the mast.
Yeah,
You see
yeah.
The ship kind of bounces up and down. And you set off your merry way. And you as you turn back, you can see again the ship begins to kind of plod its way roughly southward.
Okay, that was weird.
And carries on.
Okay, that was strange. I'm just gonna keep going. Get south, follow the compass.
I think she was weird. I don't think she knows what stores are really like.
No, I don't think so either. I think I paid way too much for this.
Quartermaster was telling me about stores to help you with selling. I don't think she knows what she's doing.
No, I probably could have paid 3 copper for this one, but I panicked a little bit, and well, here we are.
So you resume sailing roughly southwest. As you're going along, it begins to really turn more westerly. You feel like you're kind of coming in like south, and then kind of coming in now, well, easterly rather.
Okay.
And so as you are going along, you again sailing rather uneventfully. Somewhat to your surprise, you don't really encounter any other minor islands or any kind of like small land masses. You really don't even see any other ships along your way. It's just kind of you and Rosemary kind of floating along.
I don't feel like any like weird like, I don't even know how to describe it. Like I can imagine like a rift between the worlds would leave some kind of like residue or something. Like I don't know if I'd feel any.
I would say this is like a wisdom check of some kind.
I'm sure like closer I get.
If you have proficiency in Arcana, then I would let you apply it here, or religion for you in particular.
Okay. Do I have religion? No, there's the same. It's fine. 17 though. 17.
You do start to sense that something is off.
Okay.
And I think for you, the way that you would maybe put your finger on it is that you've come to expect what the world feels like. This is the wind feels like this. The spirit of the water is like this. The air is like this. And as you get closer to this island, and even now you can start to see it appearing on the horizon, you think, maybe a day or two you'll be there.
Mm-hmm.
The shimmer isn't quite right.
Okay.
It feels like, okay, it's definitely a place. It's definitely here and exists, but it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel like it belongs in the order of your world.
So I'm in the vicinity of this island now, basically, is what I'm kind of
getting. Okay. You're really kind of coming in on it. And as you get closer and closer now, again, a couple days pass, you're sailing along. You now have plenty of water, so that's
a plus.
No longer a concern. The thing that probably strikes you most as you get closer, you're up on the mast, you notice that there's no beaches. Right, you're coming along, and you're looking at almost like if someone had taken a shovel of dirt and kind of like set it on the ground. Like you're just looking at like raw topsoil. It's like topsoil ocean, and you can see like as the waves are coming in, it's just like tearing at this island and pulling it into the ocean.
Is it? So it's like loose dirt. It's not like that ice cream scooper.
It's just like loose dirt, and you can see where, like, as you're looking kind of up and down the coast as you get close, like it's like caving in places, and there are portions that are like falling in on top of it because it's just dirt, right? So there are areas that are like smoothing out under the waves, but overall it's just like dirt.
Okay.
It is kind of like here, and it very obviously not ocean dirt. It's not sandy. It's that really, really dark soil, like good, like fertile ground that you're really kind of sailing up to.
Okay. All right. Do I see any clear entry point as far as
So there's kind of one area that is on the most westerly edge of this island, because again, you're kind of sailing down from the west to the east towards this island now. So there's this area that is somewhat flat faced, facing the ocean, that you can see the waves have done this kind of erosion process enough that it has made a somewhat of an incline up to the island.
Okay.
Right, so it's not a beach. You wouldn't call it a beach, but it is beach adjacent.
A dirt beach.
A dirt beach, you know.
Okay.
Yes.
And it doesn't seem like that part is getting as ripped away as quickly as the other parts.
No, it seems at this point, you know, you can almost start to see where like the high tide line is. You can see that there's kind of now some patterns that are here they're very like beach adjacent, almost like low hills that we would almost call dunes, like sand dunes. Okay. But again, it's like dirt and grass, right? Things that don't belong on sand dunes, but that's the shape that they've kind of like it's been pushed up and pulled away and pushed and pulled enough that it's kind of formed this, what maybe in a couple of decades might be a beach, but for now it is still really wet, muddy dirt.
So I'll come up on that and try to, I guess, get enough speed with the wind to kind of get myself up. And Fresley likes this idea enough that she's actually kind of gives you a nice little push up onto the shore. She helps you get it up there. Fresley.
And she kind of dances away as you make landfall onto Oakhurst.
Okay.
And much to your surprise, you actually find as you get the ship up, and actually before we go there, what do you intend to do with the ship?
I kind of want to find, I guess, a spot to tie it off. If there's a rock,
sure,
or a rock or a tree or something like that.
Yeah, there's actually a tree stump pretty close by that you can certainly tie it off to.
And I'll be like, hey, Fresley, I know you said you wouldn't help. And I said, well, you did push me up on the shore a little bit, and I really appreciate that. But would you mind making sure the boat doesn't, go to sea?
All right, we'll see.
We'll see. Okay.
You hear in your ear, puns are the lowest form of humor.
And I'll tie it off, and then I guess that's all I can do, and try to find.
You tie it off. Do you intend to hide it, or you just kind of like leave it there?
Hide it. Great point. I guess I'll find some. Well, because if I hide it and someone finds it, like, oh, there's a secret person. I don't know. Yeah, I'll try to hide it.
Okay.
You
do your
bushes
best.
and branches and just cover it up.
Yeah, there's plenty of just crap
brush
all around.
Yeah, sure.
Brush. There we go. There's a word for the specific type of crap.
And what do I notice about the landscape? Is it big grassy hills? Is it foresty?
It is grassy hills that are fairly flat, almost like plain into forest and sporadic areas.
Okay.
You can see as you look further inland, I suppose is really the word I'm looking for. There's kind of like a low mountain, almost like a mountain range, kind of off to the distance.
Okay.
But I think the feature that most strikes you is that as luck would have it, you seem to have come up on a road.
Oh, great.
And again, it's a most peculiar thing, because it seems like whatever brought Oakhurst here just kind of cut it out, right? The road just kind of ends at the end of this little area.
And is there anybody that I see, like, because like the idea of that is like, has anybody just tried to travel along this road and all of a sudden they discover it's, oh God, it's cut off, like.
Roll the perception check.
Okay. 21.
You could also do, if you wanted to do more like tracks or thing, I could do a survival check. With a 21, though, I think you find out enough information. There are definitely, you can see there are tracks along, we'll call it the coast here, where people have definitely come and ogled. I wouldn't say it's like crowds of footsteps, but it's obvious that people have been here.
Okay.
You can see some tracks where maybe a wagon came at some point and then was forced to turn around.
Okay. So it's not like
there are definitely signs of civilization somewhere.
I'm starting to get the idea that it's not like it's a magical like veil that they don't know this happened to them. They know this happened to them. Kind of the idea is what I'm getting.
Yes.
From the tracks and whatever. Okay.
From the tracks and the signs, you don't see anyone in the immediate area, but you definitely see enough evidence to suggest that there is someone intelligent enough to realize what maybe not why this has happened, but what has happened.
Okay.
Has come this way.
All right. Let's just go along the road.
Okay. You begin walking, and you feel a small tug, and Rosemary says, "I think this is exciting, Theron. Are you excited?"
I'm very excited. I'm also very nervous. You know.
Do you think they'll be nice?
I hope so.
Me too. It wouldn't be very fun if they weren't nice, right?
It wouldn't be very fun. It might still be exciting, though.
Okay. You got this, Theron.
Thanks, Rosemary.
I just noticed Ash is like playing with your shield in the background.
Oh, yeah.
I was like,
do you have... Yeah, I guess, yeah. Ash, brother! Continue.
That look.
He's like, what?
Ash's like face of like,
He's like, I don't care.
Obviously, you don't understand the relationship here, Jonathan.
This is my shield.
I'm Captain America.
Oh, no. Presley comes into the real world and says, puns with the lowest form of humor. What's up, Pippa?
Okay, I think let's actually break it there. So you've made it to Oakhurst.
Okay.
Yeah, next week we will pick it up from there.
Man, we've learned a lot. We've learned that Theron is such a bad... He's very naive. Which is fine. Makes sense.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, we've learned about Rosemary. That's dope.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, roll a D4.
Should just have a whole set out. Oh my god, I have too many.
Now you have too many.
2.
2. So, in lieu of there being other characters to gain information as we go along, I will permit you to ask 2 freebie questions about what is going on, what it be about what's going on now, what's going on in the world, what's going on with Rosemary. I will not promise that I will answer them to your satisfaction, but I will do my best to answer. 2 questions.
Do I have to ask them now?
You can take them from the chat. Yes.
Okay, do we have 2 questions, y'all? I really like this. This is great. What am I, like, totally confused about?
That is exactly what I'm hoping you will ask about.
I feel like I got an idea of what Rosemary knows and what she is, and I feel like any questions I would ask about Rosemary is just curiosity about things that aren't really pertinent to like the story. Hey,
we'll get there, I'm sure.
So what if?
What is your quest? That's 4 questions.
If I lose the coin? What if the coin's destroyed? Like, can it be destroyed? Can the coin be destroyed? And if it is, how? If me and Rosemary our souls are tied together.
Mm-hmm. So you know that you can't lose the coin. Right? So it's soul bound to you. So it would come back to me. It would come back to you. And the same for the key and the compass. All 3 of them are soul bound to you.
They would just find me again.
If you lost them, if you gave them away, they would be back. You know, it would be kind of like...
Oh, I could be a real douche if I just like use them as bargaining chips. Oh no.
Yeah. So you know, like let's say you reach in your pocket and like, oh, well, there's my coin again. I didn't know I put it there. Right. It would just be back. It might not be back instantly. It might be a while.
What kind of person does Theron want to be?
But it would be back.
Okay.
I was wondering how long it would take to realize that you now had at least a single coin that you could always have to spend.
And a magic compass. That's pretty big
magic compass
bartering.
That points to where you're supposed to be going. I have not made a decision about what happens if it gets destroyed. So we will cross that bridge if it ever occurs.
Okay, another serious question. We have one more serious question.
Will Rosemary be his girlfriend? That would be tough.
I kind of want to ask.
Really long distance.
I want to ask if she could ever get her like become like a formed being again, but I don't know if I want to. That's that big of a question right now, because I don't really have any questions about like we're gonna get to this place and we're gonna ask them, and I'm guessing they're gonna know a little bit about. Wow, this is a weird thing that happened. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what questions I can ask. I did get a Pirates of the Caribbean compass hippo, but it's not it's my task. It's not necessarily my deepest desires. What I desire most. Okay, Fresley.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Which multiverse world is she from? Ooh, I actually like that. Yeah, where's she from? Where's Rosemary from?
She is from All World. She is from here, from Ulaxis.
She's from our... Oh, no, she is from...
So she's not from Theron's world, but she is from
the
Ulaxis.
current world we are in. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, I should have asked where she's from. Like what?
I will say that is a freebie. That is something that they told you about the quota.
Okay, then where on Ulaxis is she from?
Ooh.
Is that too much?
No, I think you've kind of already reasoned out, based on the information she's given. Right? That she is from the region that the Witch King presided over.
Okay, she just doesn't fully. Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
The rest we'll have to wait.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for hanging out.
As a kind of a quick guide for myself, I'm assuming you're just gonna kind of go try to find the city next, or do you want to explore? Again, what do you think you would want to do next time?
I don't think he would. I think he wants to head towards the city. If he comes across any outskirts, the idea would be get not intel, but information from the people on the outskirts of the city, and then use that information to go in and talk to their leader.
Okay, so largely speaking, on task.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Try to be.
I can certainly design an exploration module, or I can work on the adventure module.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Okay. Fantastic. Well, we will pick it up then next week.
Yeah. Well, thank you all. T-Bird, again, thanks for the raid. Everybody, thanks for hanging out. Thank you, Cricket, for thinking that was a good show. Roll for hot, or this is not D&D. Okay, Sam. Okay. D&D's not WoW, okay? She can be a female character and not have skimpy, Anyway, what a wonderful time.
If you're formless, can you be attractive?
Rosemary's got a very attractive personality. All right. On that note, boy.
So roll a d10.